Hey folks, every piece of paper computer game related media is all connected. They all work together as one big whole, and today you are going to see how. Let's do this! The PCG ecosystem. Now, the PCG ecosystem started with just the basics because at first there was only the PCGs. And basically, you played the PCGs and they were fun, so you wanted to play more PCGs. They were very engaging. They weren't very good at getting a lot of new people into it. You pretty much had to either try one or see or like be around when somebody else was playing one, and that was the only way to get into PCGs then. But what PCGs did do is they made it really fun and engaging for the people who are playing them or who are into them. But then that eventually changed. After that, I created the PCG Wiki. The PCG Wiki also is not great at getting a lot of new people into it, but it provided a whole new thing to explore. For people who are already enjoying the PCGs, they could also look at the wiki and look up articles about the characters and see how their stories changed and evolved over the course of the games and see which games there were. This changed even further when I created the PCG YouTube channel. So for the first time, the PCG YouTube channel did have the ability to get lots and lots of new people into paper computer games. So lots of people would see the videos, and so the PCG YouTube would get new people into it. And then after seeing the YouTube, they would be exposed to the PCGs themselves, and they could play the PCGs by making their own PCGs inspired by the ones I made. And they could go visit the PCG Wiki, which I had already created, and that gave them, once again, that extra sense of engagement. It gives them something extra to explore and to learn about all these characters beyond just seeing the games themselves. As more people got into it, they created their own PCG YouTube channels. Lots of people created different channels. Here we've got Epic Worlds PCG, Salmon the Fish PCG, Sketchy Penguin, or Magic Paper Productions, and so many others. He didn't have room on the screen to list everybody. Now, once again, all these other PCG channels also have the effect that they can get lots of new people into PCGs. Each PCG channel can expose new people to paper computer games and bring them into it. Now, the PCG YouTube channel introduces people to these other channels, and these other channels introduce people to the PCG YouTube channel as well. Additionally, these new PCG YouTube channels, of course, introduce people to the PCGs and get more people to try playing the PCGs, which gives them more engagement, because that's really the core of this experience is playing the games, But then from playing the games, you can also be introduced back into the wiki. So, Via created the PCG Instagram account. It hasn't been active lately, but basically the PCG Instagram account was a place to post PCG memes, PCG art, PCG art, as well as PCG animations that Via used to do. And the PCG Instagram, because it's Instagram, especially Instagram Reels, it has the ability to get lots of new people in, and then those new people can be sent over to the PCG YouTube from the Instagram, because it'll recommend that. And then from there it gets to the whole saga. It's introduced to the other PCG channels, it's introduced to the PCGs, and of course to the PCG Wiki. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. So after that, somebody, I forget who, created the PCG Discord. The PCG Discord is an integral part of all of this, because the PCG Discord, it doesn't really get a lot of new people into PCGs on its own. But what it does do is it provides a place for the community to hang out with each other, to share. So all the different PCG YouTube channels, my channel, all these other channels, they send people to the PCG Discord because that's a place for people to share all their PCG stuff with each other. From the PCG Discord, they're introduced to the PCGs because the PCG Discord has game rooms where you can play PCGs with each other. And it has links to, the PCG shop. It has, links to the YouTube videos and so on and so forth. And whenever you do something PCG related, you can share it with the rest of the community on the PCG Discord. And of course, You can post wiki articles in the Discord as well. There's like a wiki bot in there, so that if you just type !wiki and then like a title, it'll automatically post the wiki article on there from the PCG wiki. So that's pretty sweet. Then we've got the PCG podcast, the Paper Computer Games. Shoot, my face is in the way. The Paper Computer Games podcast. This is run by Salman as well as Sinister Productions PCG. The PCG podcast, I'd say, is mostly focused on being engaging to the people who are already into PCGs. And so if you're on the PCG Discord, if you follow these other channels, if you watch my channel, if you play PCGs, then you're gonna be recommended the PCG podcast, and you're gonna really get a lot out of it and enjoy it. It is media, so it can also bring in new people. I don't think that's its focus. I think its focus is to be engaging to the people who are already there. So it gives another level of depth. It gives a new thing for people to explore. So people are sort of drawn in through the YouTube channels, through the Instagram. They get caught in the Discord. They experience the games, which are engaging. It takes them to the wiki, as well as to the podcast and other things like that. We've also got, after that, we've got community channels like the PCG Theorists. I'm including that as separate from the other PCG channels because the community the PCG Theorists is not just, a random person's PCG channel. It's focused on a very particular thing, and it's run by the community. So in that way, it can bring in new people because it's a YouTube channel, but also it can be engaging for the people who are already here in a new way. And it sends people back to the PCGs in a new way because, like, the PCG Theorist makes theories about the PCGs, and then that makes you go, that brings your attention back to the games and makes you think about their details and, look for this kind of stuff when you play the games. So that introduces a whole new piece into this. And finally, of course, I should have put this one earlier, but we've got the PCG shop. I'm also including the PCG official website in there because it's basically sort of like the same entity as the PCG shop. The PCG shop doesn't really get any new people in here, but you can be sent there by the PCG YouTube channel, and that it's a place to download PCGs as well as post your own PCGs. So it's another exposure to the PCGs themselves, which is the core gameplay. People can link their PCG shop articles from the PCG Discord as well. People with their own PCG channels can put stuff on the PCG shop, and stuff on the PCG shop can be added to the PCG wiki and can be discussed on the PCG podcast. And all of these things, all of them work together. It's an ecosystem. You have some things that are drawing in new people, and then other things so that once those people are drawn in, they can be engaged, they can be entertained, they can find things to explore, they can find, new ideas. And each time a new piece of this ecosystem is added, this structure as a whole gets stronger. It gets better able to bring people in. It gets better able to keep people here and keep them entertained and keep them having fun and keep them making new PCGs. The more of this there is, the more you guys come up with these creative ideas. They're not just their own things. Each of them are part of an ecosystem contributing to a greater whole. They're able to create something great. And as this ecosystem grows, who knows how far it can get. It's really an incredible thing. Really, the sky's the limit. So, that is pretty much all I've got to show you folks for today. But, thank you folks so much for watching. You folks are the best as always, and we'll see you later.